Alright, here we go. Fresh morning workout in the Philippines. Kind of loud out there today. Everything's loud in the Philippines. One thing you have to get used to here. Start out with pull-ups again. Let's see what we got here. Nice cool morning here today. Got me a haircut the other day. Compound exercise. Pull-ups. Guess it's Friday night in the West, huh? Everybody's busy. Let's go right to legs here. Alright, 16 people. How's it going? Like and subscribe. My home workout in the Philippines. 50 plus workout. Thanks for the like. If you guys are new here, go ahead and subscribe. It's a cloudy day here in the Philippines. Give you guys a view of the backyard. In the Philippines, you can live on the water for a couple $100 a month. You don't have to be a millionaire like in the US. Hi, Addison. A little bit of a glitch there, sorry. How was that? Oh, like anywhere else. Saturday morning here, everybody's going places. Loud motorcycles are the thing here in the Philippines. I don't know why. Same reason guys in the US like to put pipes on their Harleys and annoy the shit out of everybody else. They need attention. Same here in the Philippines. The young guys all put super loud pipes on their scooters. It's hilarious. Same here. It's my birthday. Happy birthday. What's your name? Familit. Familit. Is that how you say it? I might have to interrupt my workout today. I got a broken pump or tank for my water. Gone about a day now without water. I'm hauling my water. You subscribed? Thank you. I'm going for 1 million subscribers so I could retire. I know I'll never get close to that. I'm no Joe Rogan. I don't believe in conspiracy theories. Not many anyway. I do believe in aliens. I mean, I got an A in astronomy in college, and I learned the Drake equation. If you don't know what that is, look it up. 20,000, you have 20,000? Nice. What's the subject of your vlog? Is it just talking or working out? Or are you saying I should go for 20,000? Yeah, I'll take 20,000 on my way to 1 million. Oh, sore legs today. It's because I've been hauling water all week. Hey, football fan, how you doing? You're back. How's life? David, hello. Football lover, yeah. It's good here. I was just saying yesterday, after I got off, the other day that night, my water pump broke. So I've been hauling water from across the road, which is kind of a pain. I gotta take a bucket shower, or probably after this I'll probably just jump in the ocean. But then, after you go swim in the ocean, you still kind of need a shower. But yeah, I'm waiting for the plumber, so I might have to cut this short if the plumber shows up here. And I just had a new water pump installed. It's a rental. So my landlord had installed about a month and a half ago. I don't know. I think it's something to do with the pressure, because the pressure was slowly getting worse and worse on it. Anyway, I'm gonna do some push-ups now. I'll do these. I don't know what you call these kind of push-ups, but they're much harder than regular push-ups, and you need flexible hamstrings, which I don't have right now. I like these. Much harder than regular push-ups. You can really feel them in the back of your arms. Nice, David, thank you. How are you doing? Where are you from? Hey, football lover, you see my haircut? $2 Philippines haircut. It's about what a haircut costs here. That's the thing about living in the Philippines. The service industry here is so much cheaper than the US. Like food's about the same price, really. But like if I go to get a massage, it's $8 to $10 for a 1 hour massage from a professional. Hello, new person. What is it? Adeline Gonzalez. Adeline Gonzalez. How are you? Thanks, you like my haircut? I did too, they did a good job this time. I went to a new guy. Yeah. The new place I went, because I moved, I haven't had a haircut since I moved. There was 2 barbers in there, and the barber next to my barber was a gay guy. I have nothing against gays. There's way more homosexuals in the Philippines than there is in the US. Or maybe they're just more comfortable being out here. But the guy was hitting on me hard. They love Americans. Hi Santa, how are you? For us, yeah, it is football level. I had back problems. I mean, not that long ago in the U.S. Actually, doing hangs really helps your back. But yeah, it was partially covered by my insurance, but it's $100 to $150 an hour for a massage in the U.S. For the same thing you get here for $8 or $10 an hour. I look like sand from Elise. Soph Axeer. Sand from Elise. What's that? I don't even know. Is that a video game? Or a movie? People say I look like all kinds of things. Some guy just called me Santa Claus. I like to think I'm in better shape than Santa Claus, but... Oh, a band. Cool. I will look it up after this. I play guitar, actually. Not as well as I'd like to, and not as much as I'd like to, but I do play guitar. I always fantasize about being in a band. Okay, next set of push-ups. Don't get too caught up in the combo here. Gotta stay with the program. So I just got back on Prime. I was on Paramount, but I canceled it because it sucks. Thanks, David. I just got back on Prime and I started watching The Rings of Power. I saw the first season when I used to have Prime. Anybody got any recommendations for anything else good to watch on there? I'm kind of looking. I love the fantasy genre. I also really love the show Fallout. That's why I got Prime again. But I already did watch most of the second season that's out. There's only like 4 episodes. If you have any recommendations what to watch on there, let me know. Actually, noticed that YouTube is getting a lot more good movies these days. Michael Franzese, huh? I never heard of them, but I actually grew up in New York, and I was talking about it maybe 2 podcasts ago where I was I had a job when I was 18, just out of high school, driving a truck for the mafia. I got paid cash. My boss's name, I'm sure I could say it now, he's probably long dead. You know, this was in the late 80s. But his name was Malio Kinsella. Big fat Italian guy, just eating pastrami sandwiches all day. Or not pastrami, pepperoni. Carlos, I am about 1/4 Irish. My mom was 100% Italian. Her parents were Italian immigrants to New York. That's where I was born, in Brooklyn. And my father was, well, his family came over like with the Pilgrims in the 1600s, but he was a mix of Irish and Scottish. So, yes and no. But yeah, I look more Scottish. I look like my father. My brothers and sisters all look like my mother. They have like the Italian nose. I have the blue eyes, white hair since I was, you know, my hair started turning white in my 20s probably, which is a very Scottish thing. Yeah, I'll look up Michael Francis. It sounds familiar, actually. I might have seen him. That's cool. How's his YouTube channel? Carlos, you're Danish. Awesome. So you live in Denmark? Copenhagen? Is that like the capital of Denmark? I'd love to visit there someday. I've been to a few places in Europe, but I don't travel there too much because it's so expensive. But I've met a lot of people from the Netherlands, that's in your neck of the woods, traveling. Like in Costa Rica, I traveled with this couple from the Netherlands that I met. And I used to just go off. Those are hard push-ups. I used to just go travel. I would go to like Costa Rica, take the cheapest flight I could get, travel around on buses and meet people and go to hostel to hostel. I'm Mexican in USA too. Hey, Carlos, Mexico. In 2020 and 2021, when we couldn't really travel, I drove down, because I get furloughed in the winter from my job for a few months every winter. But I traveled down to Mexico. I mean, I just drove down. Took my kayak, did some paddling there on the east coast of Mexico. Where was I? I can't remember the name of the towns, but then I stayed for a while on the Sea of Cortez. Had a cheap Airbnb. Okay, take it easy. Yucatero. Nice chat with you. Make sure you subscribe. Wearing pants said hi. Hi, wearing pants. David, hi. Okay. Alright, 4 likes so far. 20 minutes in. The next exercise is going to be some upright rows for the traps. Hey, football fan, you still there? I'm gonna watch the Broncos game tomorrow morning. I gotta get up at 5:30 here to watch it. Should be a good one. Broncos and Bills, I think. Too bad I'm not home. I think it's a home game. My buddy at work's got season tickets, 2 sets of them. Wearing pants, it's so nice to see older people. I mean, older people working out, that inspires you, or just older people? Go ahead and subscribe, pants wearing guy or gal. Older trans people. I do get that once in a while. People think I'm trans, I don't know why. I think it's just kind of a joke, right? Stand still, I almost finished. Lizard King. Cookies, hi cookies. You're getting off to me, Lizard King. I take it as a badge of honor, but I'll just watch porn. Good pump. Cookies laugh out loud. You laughing at the Lizard King? Yeah. Pretty funny. So guys, any show recommendations for me on Prime? What are you watching? What's the best streaming service? There you go, there's a question for you. What's the best streaming service right now? I just got done with Paramount. I watched 1923, which is pretty good. And I watched, what else? I watched that Sylvester Stallone show, it was good. Like the first season, like King of Tulsa, whatever. And then it got super goofy and stupid. David, you're Mexican, your mom is Irish, my dad is Mexican, but we moved to California. All right, we're in California. I love Northern California. I've only really been to LA and the airport. I've never been to San Diego, but I've spent, I spent a month in Northern California maybe 15 years ago with my girlfriend, living in a van, kayaking the big rivers there. There's some really good kayaking in Northern California. Cherry Creek, and I can't even name all the Kings, rivers. There's a bunch of smaller rivers that you would, the Silver Creek, that you probably never heard of unless you're a whitewater kayaker like me. But my friend lived in Willow Creek at the time. He was growing marijuana there. It was like one of the only places in the country where it was semi-legal to grow. He was my friend from graduate school. Also Mexican, or half Mexican. His name was Christian. I think his dad was from Mexico. But we both went to school for geology together in West Virginia. He made a killing growing weed there. I was jealous. Tried to bring me into the fray, but I was too worried about, you know, I was a teacher at the time. I was too worried about going to jail. So. But he lived in a place called Willow Creek, kind of by the Redwoods forest there. I mean, on the other side of the mountains, but pretty close. Right by Humboldt State. That's where he went to undergraduate, actually. But yeah, I love it up there in Northern California, but I haven't spent much time in Southern California. There's not too much of a draw for me to LA, you know. I love movies and TV and stuff, but I mean, you don't need to go to LA to watch those. And I'm not much of like a, you know, a fanboy. I don't really want to go to LA and find celebrities or anything like that. If I was super rich, I wouldn't mind living on the beach in like Santa Barbara. That looks nice. I've never been there, but it looks nice. I like that climate. But instead I live on the beach in the Philippines where I can afford to live. Maybe if I get 1 million followers, I'll go like those super big influencers and live in LA and get a mansion. That's never gonna happen though. So Philippines is good enough for me. Okay. Skull crushers, I believe these are called. Work my triceps, love working the triceps. With those, try and keep your elbows as close together. It's hard not to spread it out, but you want to try and keep them close together. You guys have never done those. If any of you guys actually work out on here, life is good. Life is pretty good for me. My third act is going pretty good. You ever hear that term? Over 50, people call it their third act in life. I am living part of the year in the Philippines. I have a fiance here. I have a 4-month-old baby. I've never had kids before. So in my mid-50s, I decided I was going to have kids. And it's good. I really love having a little daughter. It's work. Takes tons of time. But I'm enjoying it. My third act is going good. How about you? How's life for you, David? How's life these days as a Mexican American in the U.S.? Are you getting pulled over by ICE? Do you live in LA? I know there's a lot of them in LA. It's bullshit what they're doing there, by the way. They're racially profiling. I know cops have been doing that for years, but they're just doing it straight up out in the open now. Tomorrow I'm going up to Salsana, which is up in the mountains here. I'm looking to buy some land up there for the future, for my future, for my daughter's future. Some farmland, start growing my own food, build an off-grid house, solar, dig a well. You guys go to my page. I just put up a video. I don't think it quite came out yet. I went and tracked this little river up there. It's pretty easy, but I made a video about it, so if you want to see how beautiful it is in that area, go ahead and watch that video. I made another one, hopefully here, that is out now, about this Pinso Falls we went to a couple weeks ago. It's a really sweet waterfall that you can just drive to here. It's about a half hour, 20-minute drive from my house here. If you go to my page, you can find it. It's called We Went to Pinso Falls or something like that. P-I-N-S-A-L. I got my little daughters in there. I started teaching them how to swim. And it's just 4 months old. But I learned a long time ago that in my college archaeology class, I think it was archaeology, that, swimming is an innate behavior. In other words, we're all born knowing how to swim from being in our mom's womb, but if you don't know how to swim, you unlearn how to swim. All right, football fan, football lover. Good seeing you. Come back. I'll be back Monday or Sunday night for you. Are you going to watch the Denver game tomorrow? Broncos? It's going to be a good game, man. They're on fire right now. Best thing they ever did was getting Sean Payton for their coach, I think. Also, did you see the Giants are going to get, what's his name, from Baltimore? John Harbaugh. And the Knicks lost to the Warriors yesterday, unfortunately. All right, see you later, football lover. Thanks, man. Anybody else on there who's new? Subscribe, like, share. Share it with a friend if you think somebody would enjoy my vlog or podcast, what do they call it? Workout videos. It's not really about working out though, it's just more hanging out, right? But we do work out. Okay, moving on to shoulders. I haven't done deadlifts yet. I gotta do some deadlifts. Really in a box with deadlifts. I can do them on that bench. So if you do deadlifts elevated, you get much more of a stretch. Try that on this bench here. Pretty solid bench, I think. Exercise for the hamstrings and the glutes for you ladies there. You want to get those glutes going. I'm going tomorrow hiking with my best friend, Skylar, after Go rock climbing. Where? Up in the San Gabriels? Ah, I know that. I know those mountains, huh? I've never been to the San Gabriels, but I know that's the mountain range right out of LA. You never told me where you live. Or maybe you did and I missed it. I used to dabble in rock climbing. There was a point in my early 20s where I was really into outdoor sports. I was rock climbing, kayaking, skiing, and I was kind of conflicted in the summer between kayaking and rock climbing, and I ended up going with kayaking. 30 burpees. Yeah. You did 30 burpees? I do burpees sometimes, but I'm not gonna do them now. Last week, some guy out here told me he'd pay me $500 to do 20 push-ups. I banged out the 20 push-ups, and of course, he never sent me the $500. So, if you buy a super like, I'll do 30 burpees. A super chat. I'll do 3 sets of 10. I don't know if I can do 30 in a row. Going up a high mountain. What mountain? I'm gonna do the mountain here. I just met a mountaineering guy, a Filipino guy, Mount Sicapu. Look it up, it's the highest mountain here in Ilocos Norte. Well, I'm in Ilocos Sur, but Ilocos Norte is the next province up. That's where I'm going tomorrow, but him and I are gonna do that at some point. It's a 3-day hike up to Sicapu. It's not even that high, it's like, what is it? I think it's like 6,000 or 7,000 feet above sea level, but for here that's high. Mount Everest. That's gonna take, I think it's $25,000 just for the permit to climb Mount Everest. That's what you have to pay the Nepalese government. Or is it Tibet? Nepal or Tibet, one of those two. But it's an expensive permit. Have you read the book Alive or not Alive? I don't know, the book about Mount Everest where everybody, John Krakauer book. It's a great book. I read it years ago when it came out. If you can, read that book. I think they just made a movie about it, but nothing beats the book. Do it once a year? Come on, I don't believe you. Those Sherpas go up it like once or twice a year. Send me some pictures. If you went up it, I know you have pictures. Well, you must be really wealthy. That's about, I'm guessing 50 grand a year, 60 grand a year. Gotta drink water here. Gotta drink water, gotta hydrate. Oh, it's warm. Thinking about getting back into video games. I don't really know if I have the time, but I used to love like world building video games. Like you guys probably, most of you are too young to remember Civilizations. It's like a PC game where the PCs were like really underpowered. and then like the original Warcraft, which was like a world building game, not like not like a first player game, like in the mid 90s, the original Warcraft. That's the best game out now. It's like that. We like build a city and fight off the orcs and all that stuff. Maybe I'll broadcast my gaming. That'd be kind of fun. I tried vlogging, just sitting there and talking to the camera. That's why I do this workout, because I just get too bored just sitting there and talking. Especially when you start out, people aren't chatting with you, you know, so it's super boring. Okay, last set of deadlifts. We'll move on to shoulders and arms and call it a day. Plumber would be here by now. It's pretty hazy out today. Just gonna go out to the beach later. Probably clear up, but usually go to the beach in the evening because the sun's just so strong. Go swimming in the water here in the South China Sea. It's so warm, it's crazy. It's like bath water. That's why the typhoons are so bad here. Oh, okay. Dropped your phone, huh? Alright. You didn't have a GoPro? My GoPro turns off when it heats up, but it doesn't turn off when it gets too cold. It loves the cold. Plus you get those clear cases for your GoPro. That's what I use for kayaking in the water. Get a GoPro, bro. Okay, shoulders. We'll do these front shoulder uprights. About 40 pounds. This is definitely third day off of nicotine. Good for you, man. I quit nicotine. I smoked for a while in high school and I just quit cold turkey. And thanks so much for the super chat, Kikadoon. My niece was went right into the Air Force from high school. She's a medical doctor now. She got all her medical training for free. She makes $300,000 a year. So that's awesome. I regret actually not going to the military when I was a kid. No, oops, laugh out loud. What's my phone battery? Third day. It's below -25. Yeah, man. She's a medical doctor now, and the Air Force paid for all her training. So she came out, even when she went to medical school, she was still in the Air Force, but I don't know the exact details, but they were like paying her to go to medical school. And, I mean, as somebody who didn't grow up with wealth or any way to pay for college or anything, I totally should have went. I was actually took the ASVAB. I did really well on it. I was signed up to go in the Army. I was signing up, and my girlfriend at the time talked me out of it. I was 17. I should have went, because now at the age I am now, I'd have all these veterans benefits, and like here in the Philippines, they actually have a veterans medical facility in Manila at near the embassy, where if you're a veteran, you can go and get medical stuff, and you get your veterans retirement. I ended up working for the government and becoming a federal ranger, so I have some of that stuff, but it's still better. Like, I never would have had college loans if I went in the military. And man, it's something I really would have dug too, traveling around, 22. Hell yeah, dude, you got your whole life ahead of you. Do something good with that training, man. And take that, bonus money or whatever I know they still give you college money. But yeah, the Air Force, they always say, is the smartest of all the branches. Like, the smartest people go in the Air Force. Certainly my niece, who became a medical doctor, she's now, she's a pediatrician. She's some kind of pediatrician, but she was doing baby births for a while. She's pushing 40 now. She was born when I was 15 or 16 years old. But she was doing, birthing babies a lot, but now she's doing some kind of like supervisor thing. Yeah, but she makes incredible money. She told me at Christmas, like, this was probably 10 years ago. She's married to a doctor too. She's like, we have more money than we know what to do with. I was like, fuck you. Who has more money than they know what to do with? I don't know why my battery would explode. Dang, you getting in though, motivating me. Hell yeah. I'm glad I could motivate you, man. Again, thanks for the super chat. And keep in touch, man. While you're in the military, I want to hear how it goes. I'm sure you'll have plenty of time to get on your phone, watch videos and stuff. And if they send you over here to the Philippines, they're building a new Air Force base up north, actually. Biden had gotten it done. I don't know what Trump's doing with it, but 4 new bases in the north, because it's the north is really close to China, close to the north now. And they want to keep a check on China. I know one of them was an inland air base. I don't know if it's an air base for the Marines or an air base for the Air Force, but if they send you over here, make sure you get in touch with me. I'll take you out to dinner and go to the beach. And you'll love Filipino girls. Actually, if they send you anywhere in Southeast Asia, you should go, because it's an awesome part of the world. Heck yeah, I'm really going to see the world. That would be great. Yeah. Unfortunately, you probably start out in where's the Air Force? Well, the Air Force, the Academy. I don't know if you go there, but it's in Colorado, where I live in the summer, actually. But yeah, you probably have to go to boot camp somewhere. I know my niece went to boot camp while she was in college for a summer, because You know, she was in the Air Force all through college. Hey David, I'm reading your stuff, don't worry about it. I was talking to my man here in the Air Force. Alright, got some curls left for the biceps. And then I call it a day. I gotta go find the plumber, get my water working again, so I can take a shower later. I have to dump a bucket of water. We have like out front, a water pump thing with fresh water. I'm gonna have to just dump buckets of water over my head. Which is not a big deal here. It's so hot, it doesn't matter, but hey man, Kiki, you're my first super chat ever, so I really want to thank you. And a shout out to you. If I could say your name correctly, I would. But Kiki Man, or whatever. I get some tendonitis in my elbows from years of kayaking, whitewater kayaking, which is my favorite sport. What's up, David? I know you lost your phone, it got too cold, all that stuff. Kiki Dune, Kiki Dune, 3412. I'll remember that name. My first super chat. Hell yeah. It's nice to be appreciated. Anybody else gonna watch the Broncos game tomorrow? Broncos Bills? I gotta get up at 5:30 a.m. here and watch it. I think it's tomorrow. Hi, Judy Brown. You on air previously? Are you a subscriber? If you're not subscribed, please. Going for 1 million. I'm close. 2,700. Which is pretty good, I guess. They say I'm in the 6th percentile of YouTubers. Which, you know, most YouTubers have, you know, I mean, how many people have a YouTube channel? Basically everybody who has YouTube has a YouTube channel, so it's not that big a deal. Georgia Gonzalez, 33 cent, New Year's Eve 2026. All right. New Year's Eve 2026. Is that the one that just passed or the next one? All right, last sec, guys. I gotta go find my plumber, get my pump fixed. It's working right again. I don't know if my pump's working. Something wrong with the line or something. I don't want to mess with it because it just got installed like 6 weeks ago. The plumber who installed it to mess with it. Alright, not good concentration today on those curls, but still feel pumped. Okay, one person left. Is that you, Judy Brown? It's time for me to go. Skippy592 is gay. Okay. Whatever you're into, man. Alright, guys. Good seeing everybody again. Be back in another day and a half, 2 days, for another workout. Thank you, guys, and have a good day or night in the West.